Hello, thank you for being here today. If you could just introduce yourself and describe a little bit about where you're from, that would be awesome.
Sure, my name's Zachary Giles. My family lives in England, but I was born in the US, grew up in Germany, and I'm a student here at BYU Hawaii.
Awesome. How many languages do you know and how do you know them?
I know 3 languages, English of course, German and Spanish. English is my mother language, so of course I learned that in the home, and German I learned while growing up in Germany, so just immersion into it and also taking a few lessons from people that we knew, personal tutors and all that. And then Spanish I learned while on my mission for the LDS Church.
Awesome. Thank you. How have you benefited from knowing these languages? What are challenges that have arisen?
Well, of course, it's a big benefit to know English because it's spoken in quite a bit of the world, in large amounts of the world, and also German. It was a benefit for me when I'm in Germany or in throughout Europe. It's kind of a good language to know too. But also Spanish because it's becoming such an important language, not only in the US, but kind of, there's the United States, but also because it's a main language for many countries in the world. We have Spain, we have all the Southern and Central American countries. So it's really big there, and if they were to, grow in power, then you have a chance to meet a lot more of them and an opportunity to also use those language skills more often in jobs.
Awesome. Are there challenges knowing these languages?
Of course, learning them is a challenge. I wouldn't say there's any challenge to knowing them because the more languages you learn, I think is the best. So I think there's nothing but good in knowing these languages, except for maybe if you knew just one language, and the challenge is you just know only one language, and it could be a little bit of a hamper. So if I only knew just English, then everyone expects, oh, you just know English, and they kind of see you in a bad light because you're the only English speaking person around.
Yeah. Awesome. How has this helped you? I mean, you kind of already mentioned how it's helped you in a globalized world, but specifically in regards to globalization, how has this helped you benefit in society?
Because I can help. If we get people from, for example, when I was working in the Polynesian Cultural Center, if we got patrons from Spain or Mexico, we would get quite a bit from Mexico. Then I could be able to help them just feel a little bit more immersed, more comfortable by speaking to them in Spanish. Or if we had patrons from Germany, I could speak to them in German. And it can apply to not just here in Hawaii, but also to workplaces, businesses. It's a skill set. It makes you more useful to communicate. It helps with communicating and spreading communication and thoughts and ideas.
Definitely. How has being raised in the Western world affected your language? How do you think this is different than other places?
Well, it's obvious and of course the languages that I know, German, Spanish, English, those are all very Western languages. And of course, I think that if you're raised in a different part of the world, like Asia for example, you're going to learn different languages. Maybe you're going to learn Mandarin and Japanese or other ones, or at least it is different and all that, so I think it is highly affected by that kind of bit where you're raised.
Cool, thank you. Do you have any remarks or advice you want to give to people in regards to language and globalization?
Yeah, my advice would be just to learn multiple languages, because this is a very increasingly accelerated, more globalized world. The amount of the globalization we have today in its more accelerated form is really great, and there's just going to definitely be more opportunities to learn different languages, and so I'd say seek that out, learn those languages, because it would give you a greater advantage to communicate, share ideas, and to live effectively in this world.
Thank you, Zach. Have a good one.